Despite the heavy emphasis on marijuana for medicinal use, the drug is still widely used for recreational purposes. Now, this has given rise to the ganja edible industry, but an expert is warning about potential life-altering effects. Is the focus of part one of this Primetime News special report.
More than 40 years after reggae legend Peter Tosh sang Legalize It, Jamaica is finally starting to exploit the economic and medicinal potential of the ganja industry, and many investors want a piece of the pie. In the case of Melissa Bloomfield, it's marijuana cookies. In fact, she's been referred to as the Martha Stewart of baked marijuana goods.
All right, well, I do everything with cannabis, so from ganja chocolates to lollipops to peanut butter, and then every single baked good you can possibly think of.
The oven is heating up, the flour is skimmed, butter melted and ready. From lollipops to brownies, one ingredient is constant: ganja. Marijuana edibles are one of the many popular ways of consuming ganja. Users boast they're easier to ingest and offer a lasting, relaxing effect.
Yeah, man, because there's enough ganja in Jamaica. It's not hard to get herb, it's just you need to find the right farmers.
Ganja contains varying amounts of the therapeutic compound cannabidiol CBD, but one health expert is declaring that persons who lack proper training in making edibles stand a greater chance of putting consumers at risk.
It's not something you just stay at home and mix it and you go on the road and sell it to people because there are side effects. Then what is required is really for a professional to actually, who is appropriately trained, to actually assist the consumer to make the best choice and the best use of that medicine.
According to Dr. Grizzle, accuracy is key when consuming and making edibles.
And somebody will eat a piece of cake laced with cannabis, and the dose is not precise. So one part of the cookie may have high levels of THC and the other part may have none. And depending on the luck of the draw, the piece that you get, you may eat a piece and you may say, boy, this thing not working, I need another slice. And you eat and 3 hours later, you're flat on the ground. So it's a business that requires precision in terms of making it.
She also cautioned that there may be potential life-altering effects, some of which include memory loss.
You'll remember something that occurred 20 years ago if you're 25, but you won't remember something your lecturer just told you in the classroom.
But for Melissa, this is the contrary.
You know, growing up, they used to say that weed kills your brain cells. But one of the people that called me one day for help was someone that had a mom with Alzheimer's. And I was shocked because I was just like, but wait a minute, ganja can help with Alzheimer's. There is that misconception. If you eat too much ganja, you know, something bad's going to happen to you. I've never heard anyone dying of eating ganja or using cannabis, you know what I mean? So the misconception is that it might take you to a place of no return, which is definitely not true.
The ganja market has proven to be lucrative, but how are some stakeholders adjusting to decriminalization almost 5 years later? In part two of this special report, we hear from the National Council for Drug Abuse.